Hello and welcome back to the Seeing Better podcast. I'm your host, Shelby Nix, and I have another episode this week that I'm excited to share with you. I know I talk about Toastmasters all the time, but it just seems like there's always a message inside of each meeting that tends to really inspire and reinvigorate me, and I know a lot of other people that are a part of that group as well feel the same. And I find this to be true in a lot of different realms of spirituality and self-development. The things that you really need at that time tend to hit you exactly when you need it. And I've found that if you can even go a step further and surrender and say, hey, I don't know where to turn here, but if you can give me some kind of direction to whoever you speak to when you're by yourself, if it's a higher power or something else or a spirit or an angel, whatever the case may be, you'll find signs that are even more correlated to where you really need to go if you're able to do that extra step, which is surrendering. But this week's meeting theme of Toastmasters was getting out of your comfort zone. And that is a topic that I'm sure most of us don't necessarily want to broach or to discuss, although it sounds very enticing and like something we want to do. It maybe digs a little bit too deep into some spaces where we don't want to go, which is exactly what the topic is all about. And I think the team leaders during that meeting did a really great job at opening up the floor to see how the participants would respond to it. And the quote, "Art imitates life," kind of came to me this week because I had a situation where I was talking with somebody and they were nervous about something and they weren't sure if they wanted to follow through with it because it immediately made them feel some kind of way like, wait, why do I need to do this? Like my ego is coming up and should I even put myself in a situation where I may fail or I may not do my best? And I had to share that message with them. And I knew that this would be this week's topic because I'm sure that in some way you also need to hear the same. And that is, in any way that you can, how can this week, starting on Monday, since this episode is going out on Monday, how can you challenge yourself to do something, even if very small, to get out of your comfort zone every day this week? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, what can you do to write down to just say, I would like to do this today and follow through with it? I know for me, I tend to journal in the morning about what I want to do and what my key priorities are. And I have a couple of different prompts, but I do think that that's going to be a really great add to incorporate because that's really the fastest way that you can create magnetism, which is if you're able to overcome some kind of fear or obstacle that has been in your way and just say, you know what, I'm going to do it anyways. Imagine what can happen, even if very small. So for instance, it could be if you feel yourself being very shy and introverted and afraid to talk to people, how about you just say hi and strike up a conversation with one person today? It could be a smile. It could be the person ringing you up at your favorite coffee shop. It could be somebody that compliments your dog, whatever it is. Maybe that can be something that you incorporate if social interaction makes you feel anxious. Or it could be, I've really fallen off of my fitness game and I just don't know where to start. Could it be, I'm just going to walk around the block for 5 minutes today? And I've talked about this in the past with Atomic Habits. And there's this one story that always sticks out in my mind. And it was this guy who, I don't know what his full story was, but basically he was not going to the gym and he really wanted to be somebody who was going to the gym. And he started out by literally just driving to the gym at the time that he wanted to go, parking, and then leaving. And this might seem very counterintuitive to most people, but for him, he was so fearful of what it would take to actually commit to go to the gym every day at whatever time it was. I believe it was early, around 6 a.m. What if I just got a little bit closer to that and then every day maybe I stayed in my car for 5 minutes and listened to a meditation? Or what if after I build that in, I step foot in the gym and, you could do a little walkabout and then leave if you really wanted to. But putting yourself in that situation builds the confidence to believe I am that person who goes to the gym. I am that person who says hi to people even though they're not saying hi to me first. Or I smile at people even if they're not smiling at me, just to be friendly. Whatever that is for you, I challenge you to do that this week and find a way that you can incorporate it. With our routines, we tend to become very comfortable, and myself included. I have become very comfortable in my routines. And that's a great way to bolster your foundation and to make sure that your nervous system is safe. Because if your nervous system truly is not safe, then this probably isn't going to be for you at this time. But if you can find a way to ensure that if you're in a decent place, okay, so I have my routines going, I'm in a good place where I feel like I've got a handle on most things, then maybe I can start to do some of those things that would have ordinarily turned me away. For me, it's been practicing my French out loud, which if you've ever tried to learn a new language, it's very clunky. It can be very awkward and a little bit daunting. So just by speaking French out loud, even if it's horrendous and if my accent is absolutely terrible, I can at least put myself in that place where I can say that over the past 10 or so weeks that I've been doing this French class, I have been speaking French. While it may not be at the best level of all time, I'm still doing it. And for me, when I've been in some of my lowest places, it's when I truly feel like I have rocks that are inhibiting me from taking a step. So my feet feel like they're in cement and I can't move and I'm not going anywhere. And if you can just go one step further, you're going to get to the place where you feel confident and capable to do whatever that is. And Toastmasters, going back to the original point of this whole topic, is one great way to do that as well. I look back at one of my first meeting, or at the first meeting that I went to, and I remember being so nervous and almost forcing myself to go. I was like, I have made this commitment. I need to just go. And you go, and then you never have to do it again. And sure enough, after I went, I felt a little bit more comfortable. Second time, a little bit nervous, but still willing to go. And then sure enough, I go pretty much every week without even thinking about it. And I feel very comfortable speaking, and it has helped me in so many other areas of my life beyond just that room on a Wednesday night. So all of this to say, I hope that you have an amazing week. I hope you create magnetism this week by overcoming some kind of fear every day and putting yourself out of your comfort zone. So my question to you, my prompt is, what can you do every day this week that will put you out of your comfort zone? And with that said and done, thank you so much for listening. If this has provided you any value, please feel free to share with friends and family. We'd love new people over here on the pod. And I hope you enjoy your week and great luck on this new journey. Bye.